Make I update to now see the hot. But the ADS, knock them the update. Okay. Is operation return the money you have in exchange for new money, or else it go turn paper for your hand. This is our discussion today, madam. Now ADS. Many people no get business with the bank at all. Some say banks now the real criminals with their every minute deduction. Some, for the fear of fraudsters hijacking their account and sucking it dry, they keep their money with them in the house. And then the others, when of you explain the source of their money, don't decide say, them no go get anything to do with the banks. Instead, the money is buried underground, kept in a graveyard, and some they inside soccer well. How much of the naira in circulation do you think is outside of the bank? Make we find out. Oh yeah, watch.
There are a number of reasons why I think the central bank, in its own statement, says it has chosen to do this. One of it is national security. There's 3.2 trillion naira in circulation. Out of 3.2 trillion naira in circulation, which means when we say a currency is in circulation, it means it is outside of the central bank, either in the banks, deposit money banks, or in the hands of just individuals as cash, right? So 3.2 trillion naira, 2.7 trillion of that is outside the banking system. That's more than 80%. That is a national security implication to start with.
3.2 trillion naira in circulation. 2.7 trillion naira outside of the bank. I beg, make I ask, where the money dey? It can be abroad. It's not possible because nobody they spend naira for abroad. The money is in this country, probably buried somewhere and rotting away. Kai. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria, with the permission of Mr. President, has decided to change some naira notes, which include 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira. And the general public is expected or are expected to return to the banks the naira with them on or before 31st January 2023. Una don hear? Here CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele say some more things as he touched this issue. Oh yeah, watch.
The management of the CBN has sought and obtained the approval of President Muhammadu Buhari to redesign, produce, release, and circulate new series of banknotes at 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira levels. In line with this approval, we have finalized arrangements for the new currency to begin circulation from December 15th, 2022, after its launch by President Muhammadu Buhari. The new and existing currencies shall remain legal tender and circulate together until January 31, 2023, when the existing currencies shall cease to be legal tender.
The decision to redesign the naira notes, no, they are right with the finance minister Zainab Ahmed. I don't know what to the paper. Here, finance minister, watch.
It was an announcement that we heard, and I've seen.
Okay, you two, you just saw the press release like every other body.
Part of the reasons that was advocated is that's one of the ways to mop up liquidity to manage inflation. But there are also consequences that we're also looking at. What would the consequences be? There will be some benefits, but there will be some challenges. And I don't know whether the monetary authorities have actually looked very closely as to what the consequences are and then how they can be mitigated. So I still advise that you have that discussion with the monetary authority.
The finance minister say consequences go there for redesigning the currency, and that the ministry, I be her own ministry, be not there informed though, say CBN, no tell them. Is it possible say them no inform the Ministry of Finance for this matter? Is it possible? Or you make you find out whether it is possible or be no they possible. Or you watch.
Let me explain something. The decision-making process in the central bank is in two phases most of the time. One, the Committee of Governors. I want you to note the term governors with an S. That is to say, the governor and the 4 deputy governors of the central bank who make up the Committee of Governors. The second level is the Board of Directors, which has the governor and the 4 deputy governors, 5 internal members, and 7 external members. Among the 7 external members of the board is the permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Finance. So the question is that this decision must have gone through the board. The permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Finance must have been there. Did he or she, I don't know who the permanent secretary is now, did he or she not inform the minister that this sort of decision was taken at the board? I don't know the answer to that. So there is an institutional mechanism, and I'm sure it is respected. But if you are talking about going personally to brief the minister, it is not required and it's not necessary. So let me explain.
There's almost
Yes.
an impossibility
Yes.
that the Ministry of Finance is unaware of that decision
Good.
of the CBN.
Good.
That's
So-
what you're saying.
so
because of the presence of the permanent secretary on the board.
That's what I'm saying.
So there is a miscommunication
There is-
somewhere.
Probably.
The permanent secretary of the finance ministry is a member of the governing board in CBN. How can the minister say she is not aware of the decision to redesign the Naira notes by the CBN when her permanent secretary there inside the board of the CBN where this decision was taken? That's not to tell you say, the Ministry of Finance no dey organize. Again, instead of taking back our money to the bank, our Naira, back to the bank, some people don't already start to swap the Naira for the dollar. Keeps increasing the value of the dollar against the Naira. The demand for dollar now, it don't high. It's now 800 Naira to $1 in the parallel market. Parallel market na say black market. Many people ask, why now of all times to redesign the Naira? I know say they must ask this question. This announcement by CBN, it get anything to do with 2023 general elections? Somebody ask this question now, Abi, or you make you find out whether it gets, Abi, you know get. Watch.
A lot of people have raised concerns about the timing of this, especially looking at the fact that we have a general election.
What does that have to do with an election?
That is why I'm asking you.
It has absolutely nothing to do. It has absolutely nothing, except we're saying that the election, if it's become illegal to buy votes, for example, that's absolutely nothing to do with an election. And when we're talking about the timing, the point is that, look, when is the right time? Number one, that there has to be a bit of element of surprise. Let me tell you what this is targeting, apart from the fact that, okay, the central bank is trying to say that, look, 80% of money in circulation is outside the banking sector. We need to pull this money in. A lot of people are saying that's what they call black money, all right? Black money is illegal money, maybe money from drugs and all of these kind of things, including money that politicians are sitting on illegally or civil servants. People in this country, people put money inside soak away. They put money inside, what's it called? Inside of a tank and so on. Yeah. Sometimes the money comes and it becomes useless. And so on and so on. We knew the case of Andrew Yakubu, who kept $10 million inside one room in Sabuntasha in Kaduna.
Even the
you know what I'm saying?
Even the 56 cases
in 1984, fine. We know about, what about the 50-something million in somewhere in the Ikoyi and so on. That's how people stash money in this country. And we're saying that there's no money in the country. We're saying that people are poor. Let them bring the money. Even if the money is went to the banks, let the banks use it to lend out. So we need, look, in a country where you have so much problem, kidnapping, counterfeiting, almost every state in this country, just Google it, in every state in this country they have caught counterfeiters of Naira, and they target 500 and 1,000 Naira.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with the election. There is too much money in circulation, but the money just they locked up by a few people. When I remember that time when they say they lock money for Ikoyi, almost billions of naira. Now why they won't do this thing? Time don't reach to bring out all our money. Those who hide them, put them inside soccer wear, hide them inside GP tank, put them under their bed. Time don't reach to take it back to the bank. Inflation done too much. There is too much money in circulation. But we know they see them. And me, I know say the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, done there on alert already to grab anybody found with too much money. He or she cannot explain as we they return the naira back to the bank. You know, let's say some people now, they go want carry 50 billion naira. They want return to the bank. 100 billion, 1 trillion, they want return to the bank. But they know say they no feel run them. Now why most people, they convert to dollar now. Mounting pressure on the naira. It is very possible, say, before December 2022, this year, naira go hit 1,000 naira to $1. The money now they lose value. In conclusion, this step taken by the CBN might not totally solve the problem it has been proposed to solve. Make I speak the English. But to some extent, it will help solve the problem of inflation. See, the problem about our own inflation, I say, there is too much money in circulation. 3.2 trillion naira. When we say 2.7, they outside the bank. But we know they see them. Make we they see the money now. Maybe say, commodities they high to buy for markets. Money plenty for this thing. But we know they see them. Where is they? Where this money dey? Return your money to the bank now before it go become ordinary paper. Now me talk am. Hope say you done ready for 2023. Of course I must end my gist with the elections. Hope say you done ready. Make sure you vote next year. Una dey hear me so. See now, our naira don dey reach 1,000 per dollar. Abeg, we gats bring am down. Everything gats dey alright. And for everything to dey alright, abeg, make sure say you vote 2023. All the candidates are there. Vote wise, vote right. I will see you again. Oh yeah, wait. You don't collect updates, you won't run away, Abi. Well, Biko, subscribe. Enjoy. Biko, Allah, subscribe.